So my next little job that I'm working on is to make a shorts box. And that's what I've got these sitting here for. That's going to be the bottom of it. Now I have realized that with all the lumber that I now have access to, keeping every single little scrap is just kind of crazy. And it became very hard to control the amount of little bits and pieces. So I'm going to have a shorts box, and when that box is full, that's it. I'm not keeping more than that. So everything else will get cut up and burned. You know, I'll sort through it, keep the best bits, and stuff that I figure isn't really worth keeping or sits in the shorts box for too long goes to the fire pit up there. So I'm quite pleased with the wood rack. That went really well. And now on to the next job. Well, there's the bottom. I want to put some slots in between here, so I've got to put my corner pieces in and then cut some boards to get a little bit higher. I'm looking for about 3 feet in height. That should be lots, I hope. And I've left room on the bottom here. We're probably going to put some casters, swivel casters in the 4 corners, just so I can move it around when I need to. Because it is going to get heavy. Well, that looks pretty good. I'm going to put just one more row of 8-inch boards around it, because I don't need it solid. And then we'll probably call it complete, except for the casters. Well, that's it. There's my shorts box. So anything that doesn't fit in this box in the way of shorts, I don't keep. So it's a good size. I should have lots of room in it. The only thing left to do is put the casters on and it'll be good to go. So the only thing I have left to do to complete my shorts box is to put casters on it. And I've got these two old tool carts that I've been saving, not really knowing what I've been saving them for, but each one of them has got a set of swivel casters on the back of it. So, and it looks like they're both the same size. So I'm going to take these casters off of here on each of the carts and put them onto the corners of my box. And that will complete the box, and that will make these carts actually proven to be useful for something. I'll probably keep this one, as I think what I would like to do is find some large pneumatic casters for this particular cart so that I can push it around in the grass and on gravel and stuff and use it for moving heavier things around. I think that would be handy. So let's get those casters off and see if I can reuse them. Well, let's flip it up and see what we got. Well, I'd say that works pretty good. So I can put this over in the corner of the shop, out of the way, or move it around whenever I want. So there's another job towards organizational items complete. We'll put this away and move on to the next job. Well, it is really windy out there right now. So I am heading out to continue tidying up the slab wood from last year. So I gotta cut that up into smaller pieces and get that ready to go for firewood. And we'll see how things work. The sound may not be so great because of all the wind, but I'll put my big cattail on the microphone and we'll see how it does. All right, let's get the tractor and get on up there. So I've been making progress on the logs that were in my log bunk here. So I've just got some small ones left, but I'll get through them. Get some 2x4s and some 2x6s and that type of thing out of them, so they're still good. So I'm not sure whether it's because these have sat all the way through the winter, but they've had some rather strange stresses in them. So as I was trying to cut them on the sawmill, they were warping. Not hugely, but enough to be annoying. And I hadn't seen that before on fresh cut logs, so it might be a result of these sitting through the winter, but they're still in good shape. There's no bug holes in them or anything like that, so they went through the winter quite fine. So let's have a look inside the drying tent and I'll show you what I've got cut so far. So I've got my piles of 2x4s and 2x6s started. It is just a start, but we're not too far away from actually getting into working on fresh logs. And it will give us a chance to experiment with the log hauler that I've got down in the storage dome. So that'll be kind of fun to play with. Well, that wind has gotten pretty extreme out there, and we've got off and on cloud bursts. So I think that's going to end it for today's outside activity. Gonna go in and get lunch and do a little bit of video editing and a couple of odd jobs in there. So thanks very much for watching, guys. We'll see it on the trails the next time.